Welcome back to our second debate, which is going to be about, is it better to be a follower or a leader? With me I have Sadiya and Lena. They both have got different stances, different positions on this topic. Let's listen to them what they want to say about it. So they'll first give their statements, and I would just like to remind you guys to please attentively listen to them. You can make questions or you can give an opinion. Okay, you can give just your comment at the end of the debate. The debate is going to last for 25 minutes. We have a timer on the screen. So please, to the debaters, follow the rules. And in between, I would like you guys to keep in mind that your argument should not exceed 2 minutes. Okay? If you want to interrupt in the middle, you can ask the opponent a permission, and then you can just go ahead with your interruption or whatever you want to say. So let's first begin with the opening statements from both. I would like to ask Sadiya to begin her opening statement.
I strongly believe that it is better to be a follower than a leader, and I have multiple points on my decision. My first point would be about stress and responsibility, isolation, and then I will all take it together to say what I believe, that it is better to be a follower than a leader.
So, I believe that being a leader is much more better than being a follower, and a lot of people argue that being a follower is better than that. But I believe that being a leader is better, and I will tell you why. So, for me, I think being a leader is better because you can develop yourself by knowing how to multitask or solve problems.
Yes, that might be correct. But being a leader also comes with lots and lots of stress and responsibility. Leaders often face immense stress, pressure, and responsibility, which can lead to mental health issues. Followers, on the other hand, can focus more on their task without being a burden of the bigger picture or taking decisions in the higher stakes.
Well, leaders have more responsibility than followers. Yeah, you are right for that. But being a leader holds more responsibility and accountability, and that's not something bad. Because if you have more responsibility, then you will know whether it's a failure or a success.
Yes, that's where learning from leaders comes in. Being a follower allows you to observe learning experiences and decisions of a leader. This provides an opportunity of understanding what being a leader takes to. And you can choose from that if you really want to be a follower or a leader. But followers are more likely to have a work-life balance. Leaders typically have to work long hours for their roles, dealing with crisis, types of difficulties, and making important decisions. And followers, on the other hand, can stabilize their work hours, and they can leave their work behind in the office, and that would be leading to a healthier work-life balance.
Well, I agree that you have been saying like leaders have more work to do, and followers can leave their task in the office behind. But if leaders give followers the task with deadline, then follower has to work on it very strongly, even if they have a family trip or events. So they have to complete their task, indeed not to get fired from the leader or something. They have to finish their task and then go to their family. But leader, on the other hand, also has a lot of work to do, but they work for a long time, but they are leaders, so they can choose followers will not ask them what they should do. So leaders can control what they want to do. So if they want to leave space for family time, then they can.
That's not what it's always being a leader. But for a follower, they have less divided attention. As you said, leaders just give them what they need to do, and then that's it. But leaders are constantly juggling multiple responsibilities, from managing meetings to seeing that and doing that. Followers can focus on their personal goals without being disturbed or thinking about what to do next. They already have the tasks that were given.
But you know, leaders are like looked more upon in society than followers. See, if do you see like the governments or the leaders when they go out of people show respect to them. But on the other hand, followers don't really get respected or beloved.
They do, because the project is all with them. Followers are just there to help the leaders. Without followers, a leader would not be possible. And it's also, being a follower also comes with no need for major decisions. Leaders are often held accountable for success and failure of an entire project. So if a project is successful, they will be held accountable. But if it failed, they will also be held accountable. So when things go wrong under a leader's command, it will be the leader's fault, right? So they have to bear the blame, and they will have to be accountable for that particular mistake.
But here you said that like without a follower there is no leader. First of all, without follower there will not be a leader. Yeah, that's right. But without a leader there will not be society. And if you know that there are followers but there are no leaders, the company or the society might have low success, and also like maybe everything will not be organized, and the world without leaders will not be successful.
Good point. But did you know that leaders are actually followers' servants?
Yeah, I know that leaders are follower servants, but still, did you know that followers are also leaders at the same time at home?
Yes, but also in follower roles, you don't need to be competitive. You just work collaboratively with your other teams, and you don't really need to be too competitive about another leader. And this creates a more supportive environment for you to work better.
But followers, followers are not just completing tasks with their teammates. I know that follower works in groups, sometimes alone, sometimes individual, but usually also in groups. There are a lot of followers, and a lot of people might argue that there's only one leader in a society. But leaders can be many, like on top of the leader there is another leader, then the boss, then the manager, something like that.
Even if there's a leader on top of a leader or something like that, they still have to work alone. And being a leader really comes with isolation. But a follower comes with less isolation. A follower has their team to work with. And it just tends to create a more supportive environment where you can be more happy with your work while you're still working.
You know, not only followers work in a group, leaders also usually work in a group with their top management. And also, followers, not only there are followers, anyone younger than you can, you are a leader of anyone younger than you. Let me give an example of you and grade 1. You are a leader for grade 1, and grade 1 are a leader for KG, not just in society but also in school.
Yes, I agree with you. But leaders are also often tasked with of solving conflict in groups and certain things. They have to care about the followers' happiness to give them the work also. Because if a follower is not good health-wise or mental-wise, they will not be able to work quickly, right?
And that's not something bad. See, some leaders, I'm not talking about all the leaders, some leaders like to have more responsibility, they don't like to have stress, but like, it's not so bad to take responsibility of others. And you said that leaders have to make the followers happy or just focus with their work, but also leaders enjoy watching their followers doing the work that they gave. Don't you become happy? For example, if you give like a task to your friend, like your follower or something, you're younger, and then you see them doing it, then won't you become happy?
But leaders also, all leaders must be like respectful if we also want their followers to be respectful to them, right? Leadership comes with power, and some power can be corrupted. Like in many countries, the presidents might be corrupted by power or other. If you have too much power, that's not always too good for you, right? It might become too much that you become corrupted, you start doing bad things.
Yeah, but like, it's not like leaders just join a society and become leader easily. First, they were followers. Their parents are their leaders, their teachers are their leaders, their seniors are their leaders. They are not just born to become leader on the stage. Not even followers are born to be that, but also leaders, before they become a leader, other governments or management or something probably make them understand how the leader should be. And they handle challenges, they handle stress, and they handle a lot of things. Not only leaders handle their stress, followers also have stress at the same time.
But they also have their peers, like their friends to other followers to talk to. I will go on to another point about flexibility in role. Followers can negotiate their role. For example, if an English teacher doesn't come to work, they can have a substitute teacher or another teacher fill in, right?
Yeah, that's right. But
Leaders, however, always have to, like, it's not like the leader on top of a leader will come and fill in for the leader that's down, right? Maybe he doesn't really know what he's doing.
But see, like followers cannot control their society without the permission of a leader. And if the leader is not here, even like if it's not emergency, then the followers cannot just go on and move the task. But leaders, on the other hand, can control what they can do. See, you said that if there is no English teacher, followers can make substitute teacher. But also leaders can do that. Followers cannot just, I know if there is no leader to take permission from, of course they can do it. But leaders can control what they want. They can control the rules, not only followers do.
Yes, but if a leader doesn't come, maybe the whole project will not be able to work until the leader is there.
But I think you earlier mentioned that followers work in group to complete the thing, right? If a leader is not there for 1 or 2 days, or even more than 5 days, followers can work in tasks. Look, there is not only 2 followers or 3 followers that work in a group. There are so many followers in a society, like a lot. And then if like half of them are absent, half of them are still here, they can work together to do. Not only that, let me prove from Islam. I am a leader, and if I take care of the masjid, and if I give tasks to the follower, dividing in groups like cleaning group or money group or something, they will get like reward by helping the masjid, right? But leaders will get all of their rewards because they gave them tasks.
But also, if a leader is a huge responsibility. If they even make one decision that's not correct, it might on the day of judgment, maybe Allah will not take it so easily. It's not so easy to be a leader. It comes with a lot of hardships and responsibility, as I said first. And sometimes it's not really so good to have that much stress, and as then you will have to.
Yeah, I understood. But you said it's not easy to become a leader. It's not easy to become a leader, but leaders leaders practice. So yeah, of course it's not easy. But if it's not easy to do some things, like not only becoming a leader, you practice until you become that. If the practice fails, then of course you will not be a leader. But leaders that they already exist practices and become a leader. And also, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was a leader, right? But all of the ones who follow him are followers. But also we follow the Prophet as followers, right? But the Prophet was leader. So if you follow him, you can also become a leader. He was a tolerant leader, not only for non-Muslims but also for Muslims.
Yes, about the Prophet, as you said, like the Sahabas were his followers, right? Don't you think they are important? I see that leaders are important, followers are also both important. But maybe being a follower is more harder, and there should be at least, like, usually there are only one leaders, right? Leaders don't usually cope with everything.
No. I earlier mentioned that leaders not only come in one. They also cooperate with others. And also, Allah made some prophets, as I know, He made few prophets a leader for their commands, for their servants. I know both leaders and followers are important. And everyone here also believes that followers is important, leaders are important.
Well, many leaders experience having to work continuously, but followers on the other hand can have multiple breaks until they finish something.
But maybe some leaders like to do like tasks. Like, as I know, some people like to take chores from their parents, from their followers, from their leaders. Some people also like to just like watch people, or like even if it's a common thing that it's not liked. Some people, some leaders, some followers like to do that.
But not everybody is the same. Some leaders, as I know, are not always like that. Maybe they are dealing with isolation and mental health problems, or, as I mentioned, or other stuff.
But like, I know followers are also important, but I think leader is a little more important. If there's no leaders in the world, if the world doesn't have a single leader, how would you be alive? How would this building be here? And how would our school be here?
Okay, a leader comes up with ideas, does stuff, and tells followers to do that. How a leader needs followers to help work with like stuff, right? So without the follower, there would be no school.
But without a leader, where would you get that jacket if you are a leader? You may think that you can make it yourself, but where will you get the materials? It's like wool and stuff, and if you are a child, then some people not have a high ability to like create materials and then create a thing, right? Followers or like shopkeepers take permission from the government to sell something. If there are no governments, then they will not have permission to do anything. And then, if there are no governments, then they will not give the world permission to do anything. Then they would start with their job peacefully. But without a leader, they will not know. Like without advisors and leaders, they would not know if they are doing what they are doing is good or not. Ancient civilization. A lot of people used in the past, like, didn't have proper leaders, didn't have proper schools, so they didn't know what to do, right? But now, alhamdulillah, we have leaders, we have everything, and we are smart.
Yeah, I think that leaders and advisors. Advisors are also just like followers, right? So without an advisor, a leader will not be able to come up with creative ideas. There are some creative leaders, but even if it's not so good, an advisor helps to make it better, right? And even if there are no advisors, a leader finished the command, he made the rules, and the followers have to go by it. But they are the main reason the thing is happening. There are more followers than there are leaders.
Yes. I agree with you with that point that you said that leaders will not have creative ideas without followers. I think that's very true because even if leaders are creative, there are a lot of followers and they can even change leaders' mind. I agree with you in that point. But still, followers are important, leaders are important. Neither of them does such tasks like they do, right? And also, leaders, if they have followers, not all leaders are strict to the followers, right? I think, yeah. Some leaders are good to them. And then, if there are a lot of followers can be friends, in total. And also, if there are a lot of followers and few of them are only friends, leaders can help to solve problems. Right? They can help to solve problems. But leaders sometimes also are very, very friendly with the followers. I didn't mention all the leaders. I said some leaders. If I was a leader, then I would be familiar with my followers. I will not give them such tasks. And some leaders also give them family time and as they want to do.
Yeah, as you said, leaders are friendly and stuff, but leader has a high place. You might be friendly with your friends, and say things to them, but you cannot say the same things that you say to your friends, your teachers, your parents, and stuff, right? So that's what I'm saying. Leaders often face isolations. Followers already have their companions to be with them, right? But leaders are they work alone. They have they make their decisions alone.
I don't understand what you are saying. You are always mentioning that leaders do their tasks alone. You were earlier mentioning that followers also give creative ideas to leaders, didn't you? So leaders don't only work alone. They also not only take the help from the top leaders, but they take the ideas from the followers too. So I strongly believe that followers and leaders are both very important. But I just want to make everyone in here understand that without a leader, there will not be followers. Without a follower, there will not be leaders. So without leaders, there will not be society and no world.
Yes, I agree with that.
Alright, with that we come to the end of this debate because we don't have time, sorry. It's time now for some comments or questions from the audience. Thank you very much first, Sadiya and Lena, for those really nice arguments, I would say, from both the debaters. Let's listen to some questions or opinions.
As you said, both leaders and followers are important. So without a leader, without a leader, there is no society. So without a follower, there is also no society, right?
Yeah.
And you said, and you said you think that leader is a little bit more than followers. How is that? Because you said that followers and leaders both need to come together. But you also state that you still think that leaders are still a bit more. In what way are leaders still a bit more than followers?
I mentioned that reason. I I'm not sure if you are talking about amount, but I think you are talking about the importance, right?
I'm talking about, you said they're both equal.
Yeah, they're
But-
both important. Yeah.
You said they're both important. But you think that leaders are more important.
A little bit more important.
Why is that?
I told you that without leaders, the world will not have successful goal.
Without followers, there will not be leaders to command the There will not be leaders to command the followers for the world to have a successful system.
But without followers, there will not be leaders. That's right. But if there are leaders and no followers, then the leaders will be called something else. They will just be a normal person or anyway, but they just have creative ideas. Even if they don't have followers, they will not be called leaders, but they will have the same opportunity as leaders.
So,
And from leaders, you can create followers.
that's how it's formed. From followers, they vote one person to be the leader. Okay, I get the point. I get the
Thank you, Abdullah. Thank you very much.
Any other
Okay.
comment or question?
Alright, we cannot take further comments or let's say questions because we don't have time, sorry. But thank you very much, Sadiya, and thank you really, thank you so much, Lena, for those arguments.